So David came to town. They gave him food to go serve the brothers. When he got to the field, he saw this giant, an uncircumcised Philistine. Huge, fierce, and everyone was intimidated. Everyone was afraid for their lives. But David had killed a lion and a bear with his hand, with nothing. And he said, hey, I'm not afraid of losing my life. The other day, at the backside of the door, nobody there. I was all alone. And a lion and a bear came, and with nothing in my hand, I caught them and I finished them. Goliath, who do you think you are? Hear me. By the time he finished with Goliath, the women began to sing his song. They said, Saul has slain his thousands, but David his 10,000s. When Saul heard that, then the people around him began to say, Your Excellency, the guy is taking your glory. Your Excellency, if you don't finish this guy, next election you won't have it. He's taking your glory. Did you hear what the women are saying? They said, you have killed 1,000, he has killed 10,000. You have to finish this guy, he's an enemy. You see, the devil is a long-term planner. The devil knew that David was his divine helper, and David will become his deliverer one day. Because whenever there was war and attack, the king will call David to go fight, and David always won the battle for him. So the enemy said, this young man David will become a deliverer one day for the king, and I have to finish this guy. So let me put jealousy in his heart. Let me get him to pursue David now. Let me get him to kill David. So at the day and at the time when he will need David's help, David will not be there for him and I can finish him. He's a long-term planner. So watch this. If you are clapping, go ahead and clap. So watch this. There were 24 assassination attacks on the life of David by Saul. And yet, Saul was the friend of his son Jonathan. Saul was a kid. And instead of him to be a father, to father this young man, he opened himself up to the spirit of jealousy to enter him. And as I said, jealousy will never rest till it spills blood. He started having all kinds of ideas about David, became petty, and tried everything, set his eye on David to assassinate the young man. To the point where, watch this, the demons of jealousy began to torment him that he couldn't sleep. He was so tormented and harassed by these demons that he took the same David he wanted to kill to come and play and sing for him for the demons to leave him alone. You didn't hear that one. If you heard it, you clap better. You didn't hear it. He was restless. He had insomnia. He took all the sleeping pills and he couldn't sleep. He was sweating in winter and in snow, tortured, emotionally, mentally harassed because of jealousy. And David was not interested in becoming king. He knew his time would come. What he was seeking to kill David for, David didn't want it. David was just happy fighting and killing the Philistines and killing Goliath and killing a lion and a bear for his country and for his king. He was just proud to kill enemies for the king and marry the king's daughter. That was all for him. For him, that was enough. But the people around the king, you see, leaders, they must be careful. Leaders have to be very, very careful about people around us. I hear things, I hear things. There was a time when I was in America, people used to come and say, watch Bishop James. Bishop James, Papa, you got to watch the guy. He wants to take your church from you. He wants to move Jericho Hour to, what do you call it, that stadium, Airwalk. Bishop James had some plans. He's undermining you. So I called Bishop and said, Bishop James, they said you have some plans. You're undermining him. Is it true? He said, Papa. I said, I'm just asking you. I've just heard it. Then when I come to town, the people will come to me and say, Papa, now that you are in, you have to watch. Oh, sit and watch. Bishop James is a very dangerous man. Oh. I said, okay. So I will call them and I'll call Bishop James. And I said, Bishop James, Pastor so and so said you are dangerous. Pastor, you said Bishop James is undermining me. Bishop James, behold, your accusers. Defend yourself. If you know the things I hear, I hear things, and I know things. I'm telling you. Sometimes people look at me and they think I'm naive. They think I don't see. They think I don't hear. I hear a lot, and I see a lot. But I've also learned that things I hear and things I see most times are not things I should do anything about. Nothing. It's just good to know the awareness is enough. I don't have to say anything. You know, years ago, I was in London, and Bishop James was the resident pastor at my father's house. So he preached a message. And there was something about the message I didn't like. Right there at the car park, somebody called me and said, have you heard what Bishop James preached? And I said, yes, I've heard it. I didn't say anything. Many years after, I don't know if you remember, we were in my office, and I told Bishop James, I said, Bishop, you remember so and so in my father's house? I told him here. He said, when did I said, the same day you preached it, I was told. He said, then you didn't say anything all these years? And I said, yes, I don't have to say anything. I just want you to know the day I heard it. And I've kept it with me all these years watching you. As a leader, you hear things. And it's not everything you hear that you must act on or you must react. It's just good to know. And you do your own due diligence. Among my staff, security people, this one come and say, Papa, be careful of this one. This one, Papa, be careful of that. Papa. And I watch them all and I say, all of these guys, they are shegeleles. They are chukis. They have ministries of chuking one another. And I just watch them and they don't know they've lost their respect with me. But that is one thing I don't like. And sometimes I tell, do you have proof and evidence? If you have proof and evidence, bring it. I'll look into it. And then sometimes I realize that they have issues with that person and they don't know how to fight the person. So they come and hide behind him, choking the person to me to deploy my power to destroy the person. And I say, I don't work for anybody but God. Watch this. So Saul went after David to the point where David had to run away for his life and stay away from Saul. But it was a plan against Saul's own life. The young man he pursued to kill and to assassinate was his deliverance, his deliverer, and his divine helper. And there came a day where Saul had to go to war. He had to go to battle with his son Jonathan. And David was in there. David was needed, and I'm telling you, if David was at that battle, Saul wouldn't have died prematurely. Jonathan wouldn't have died. But the devil is a long-time planner. He planned the thing to make sure that on that day, for that particular battle, which was very critical in the life of Saul, where he would need David, David will not be there. And he used Saul himself to self-destruct and self-sabotage. That the day when David was needed, he wasn't there. I pray for you. I pray for you that you will not kill your divine helpers. That you will not spill the blood of your deliverer. That in the day of trouble and need, whoever you need on that day to help you will not be destroyed, Because most times, the devil uses us to destroy our helpers. So when you need them, you see, this enemy we are dealing with, he's smart. When I hear people underestimating the devil's intelligence, I have no respect for you. The Bible calls him the old serpent. He's older than you.